I can imagine that if you're a J-type and you just happen to live with an SP, things might get a little bit nerve-wracking, especially when it comes to household chores, or specifically the SP's lack of doing them. And I'm not here to give you any specific advice or things you should do if you have a frustrating SP roommate, because those are things you have to figure out for yourself, based on your situation and the SP situation, and whatever living arrangements you have. But I will try to kind of give you some tips on what the SP mentality is, so you can better understand it, and then kind of be able to make your own choices in that regard. So when it comes to things like cleaning, okay, so first, one thing to keep in mind for everyone's case, it's basically people will clean when and if they feel like the consequences of not cleaning are worse than the act of cleaning. And that goes for any other household chores. So, and the thing with SPs is that threshold is a bit higher than you're probably used to. So that's why the priorities are different from yours. So let's take take dirty dishes for example. Dirty dishes are basically invisible to an SP. Once I use a dish and silverware, I take it to the sink, and it's gone. It's out of my mind. I don't care what's in the sink. So, to you, if you're somebody who washes your dishes after every meal, or or at least every couple of days or so, in other words, you don't let your dishes pile up in the sink, well, the sight of dirty dishes in the sink will probably gross you out. And if you live in an SP, that's probably exactly what you're going to be dealing with. So you might be wondering, what is it that motivates an SP to finally get around to washing their dishes, or any other household chore? Well, and why am I doing it now? Basically, I'm out of clean dishes. See, not having clean dishes to use for my next meal, that's something that affects me directly in the moment. And so, once I get to that point, I'm like, oh, I don't have any clean dishes to use. Oh, I guess I better wash some. If you're in a situation with your roommate where you both share from the same set of clean dishes, and you're washing your dishes and the SP's dishes are piling up in the sink, well, the SP is never going to get around to them, because the SP has an infinite supply of clean dishes to use because you're cleaning them. So if you have that problem, then you might want to kind of change your arrangement a little bit. Maybe somehow separate your dishes from theirs, and so you're always cleaning yours, and then the SP will run out of dishes faster. So you won't come down to the situation where you're both out of clean dishes. Ideally, what you want to do is keep it so that the SP's lack of doing chores does not affect you, or at least try to minimize the impact it has on you, so that you can live how you want to live, the SP can live how they want to live, and neither of you gets in each other's way. So you may even consider, instead of dividing your chores equally, then if the sight of dirty dishes grosses you out so much, maybe you might want to just kind of bite the bullet and wash some of your SP roommate's dishes. Or let's say we're talking about cleaning the bathroom. Again, cleaning is not a high priority for an SP. The SP is not thinking about how gross the toilet seat is. So, you know, if you're making the SP clean the bathroom way more often than they would naturally be inclined to do, you know, they're just, you know, they're just gonna do it grudgingly and go, I gotta do this just to make the ENTJ happy. Either that, or you wait for the SP to do it on their time, and then, you know, and then you get grossed out. So then you have to ask yourself, okay, which is more important? Fairness, you know, as far as equal division of labor, or not being grossed out by a dirty toilet? That's something you got to ask yourself, and then, you know, then make your decision accordingly. So that's just, you know, these are just things you have to figure out in each situation. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I have more dishes to put away than things to say. Boy, this is a lot of dishes.